name is Nurse Kelly. Can I get your name and date of birth, please?
Quinn M., December 22nd, 1950.
Okay, great. That seems correct. And do you know where you are right now?
The hospital?
Which hospital?
UCLA Hospital.
Great. And do you know what day it is?
It is the 11th of February.
Good. You are alert and oriented ×4. And I'm just here to give you some discharge teaching. The doctors have told you that you have CHF exacerbation. I know you came into the hospital with severe dyspnea. Do you know exactly what your condition is?
No, not exactly. Can you explain to me?
So acute CHF exacerbation is usually caused when there are changes in pressure on the heart wall, if you have any vascular disease, or if there are changes in the systolic or diastolic. The doctor says that you have low reduced ejection fracture. Do you also know what that is? So reduced ejection fracture is when the left ventricle, which carries the blood full of your oxygen, is not pumping well. So normally the ejection fracture is around 50%, but yours right now is 40% and below, which is why your doctor says that you have reduced ejection fracture.
So how would I monitor what I'm doing on this, and also how do I monitor which medications that I take?
So it is important to monitor the side effects of your heart failure. So some side effects that you might feel are shortness of breath, trouble breathing, swelling in your legs and your feet. And these are all signs caused by your heart pumping out excess fluid and blood. And it's just working a lot harder, which is why it's causing all the swelling. If you see any of these symptoms, even while you're on medication, just make sure you visit the doctor, because it might just mean that the medication is not working.
So if my medication doesn't work and heart failure can't be cured, why bother treating it?
Just because it can improve your quality of life. I know that it can't be cured, but if your symptoms worsen, you can decline really fast. And with this condition, you can live for however much you can if you take all the right medication. So now that I have told you what your symptoms are and your disease process, and you have teached back to me, I'm going to tell you about the diet. You do need to be on a heart-healthy diet, and that means that you have to restrict sodium and alcohol.
So why is restricting sodium and alcohol important?
Restricting sodium and alcohol is important just because sodium can create excess fluid in your heart, which is bad. You do not want excess fluid in your heart. You want your heart to be pumping regular amounts, and that can cause swelling as well. Also, alcohol just can raise your heart rate and blood pressure, and it just damages the heart.
So will my medications interact with other medications or food? How do I make sure that I'm taking it safely?
Yeah, your medications do have a chance of reacting with your other medications, but just knowing the names and the purpose of each of your medications and taking it exactly the way it is prescribed is perfectly safe. For example, the new medication that you have is lisinopril, which is to treat high blood pressure, and you need to take 40 milligrams oral daily. Can you repeat back to me what I just said?
So I need to take lisinopril 40 milligrams oral daily.
Yes. And that can interact with foods that are high in potassium, so make sure that you just avoid foods that are high in potassium, like bananas, avocados, and oranges. Also, you're going to be taking Lasix. Lasix is used to treat swelling in your ankles, feet, and your legs. And the symptoms are dizziness, lightheadedness, headache, and blurred vision. Can you just repeat back to me the symptoms that you might feel on Lasix?
Dizziness, lightheadedness, headaches, and blurred vision.
Good. So these are the 2 new medications that we have added to your list. I know you're taking your other medications as well, so just make sure that you keep a schedule and know which medicines you're supposed to take in the morning or in the nighttime or afternoon. Just make sure you have a schedule. And if you miss a dose, just take it as soon as you remember. But if it's close to a dose that you're supposed to take at another time, just don't double it. Just take your regular amount, okay? And make sure you have your regular doctor's visits. That's very important to make sure that everything is working as it should be and your body is maintaining all those correct pressures. I'm going to be handing you a medication card that has all this information that we just talked about. You can consult it, and there's also numbers on there if you wanted to call back. Can you just tell me what I just repeated to you?
So take my medication as it's prescribed, and you'll give me a medication card that has the names and the purpose of my medications. And if I accidentally miss a dose, and I should take it as soon as I remember, unless it's close to another dose that I would take, in which case I wouldn't double up.
Okay, that sounds perfect. So just continue to take these, and then we'll see you at your next doctor's visit.
Okay.